Krista and Ben Fuller here. We have been asked to collaborate for June is Dairy Month.
Yep.
And we are going to be going through the process of milking a goat. We are going to show you straining the goat milk and making
Goat milk soap.
goat milk soap. So we're about to get started. Ren, Judge, we got to go get the goat. Where's the goat? All right, release the goats.
Release the hounds.
I'm gonna stand back here. We just fed them to get them all out of the way.
Come on, you scoundrel.
Oh, that's the lamb.
That's a sheep.
Hello, sheep. Here's Lady.
That's a pig. Big boy.
Where's Baby? Where's Raven?
She's out here under the barn somewhere.
Okay. Bucky! Hi, baby. Oh, sweet boy. We don't believe in spoiling our goats. Isn't that right, babe?
That's right. Full belly.
Ren is jealous.
Little full belly. My petite girl. Yeah, my little lady.
She's looking at you with so much love and affection.
She was licking my beard. It's not something
It reminds
I'm
her of a
fond
goat.
I'm not fond of beard licks or face licks. No, thank you.
Get your goat.
Go! Come on, goat. Hey,
Come on, lady.
come on.
You know what time it is.
Come on.
Come on, lady.
Come on. Come on.
Go, lady. Good job, lady.
I'm coming.
And when you've been milking a goat for a while, this is pretty much what you can expect.
Yep. All right, babe. Who is this?
This is Lady. She is a Boer Nubian. She may have a little Kiko in her. We got her probably 2 years ago.
Yep.
2 years ago.
2.5.
Technically, she is not what you would consider a milk goat. She doesn't produce the amount of milk that true milk goats produce. One of the reasons we love her so much is she is probably the best mama you will ever see. She is an amazing mom. Nothing is coming near her babies. Nothing is going to happen to her babies. So for that reason, she's pretty much one of our favorites, and she's also the leader. They do what she says, and she leads the herd.
Yep. Yeah, they listen to her.
So what
She's
Ben
the
just
boss.
did is he cleaned the teats.
Yep.
And this is called a blown teat, which means she probably had an injury to it when she was in milk a while back.
Yeah.
It makes it a little more complicated to milk, but
But she still raises twins with no problem.
no problem at all. So Ben's gonna get you from here.
So the easiest thing to use for us at this point are the quart-size mason jars. That's about all we get a day out of her. We could probably push 2. And it's really easier if you have a wide mouth, but these work just fine too.
But right now, for just making soap, we're not really trying to push 2. We get
Yeah.
1 and let her rest.
We get 1. We actually have an abundance of frozen goat milk in the freezer already for soap. So this year has actually been a blessing. This has been our most productive year milking goats. So
We've also become more experienced.
yeah. So when you're milking, a lot of times you'll see in cartoons and movies where they just manhandle a teat, but you actually don't. You close your top finger first, your index finger, and then you don't want to drag it out. You just want nice, even.
Ben has both teats at the moment.
Yeah. But if you notice, each one takes about the same amount of time. Each squeeze.
And we almost have a full quart at the moment.
Come on, girl. There's nothing left in there. Come on.
Come on, lady. Good girl.
Full quart.
Okay, so when we strain our milk, what we do is we have a little canning funnel. Ben bought this little mesh coffee ground filter that we just put in there. Just pour it in. It gets any of the little straight goat hairs or anything, and works really great. There we go. And there you go, filtered goat milk. This can either go in the refrigerator, straight into a freezer bag, or however you want to store it. We can use fresh goat milk in making soap, but Ben has found that he likes using frozen goat milk, because if you don't use frozen goat milk, you have to actually put the milk bowl into a larger bowl that has ice. You have to set it down, because as the lye is heating everything up to create the soapification process, it will actually scorch the milk if it gets too hot. So using the frozen goat milk has seemed to be a better process for us.
All right, so we're getting ready to make goat milk soap like we told you we would. Chris is not alive. So I already got everything laid out today. Y'all seen us milk already. So we have our frozen goat milk. We like to put it in these little breast milk bags. 2 of these are the perfect amount for soap. We have our olive oil, our canola oil, coconut oil, and our sodium hydroxide. You'll want a kitchen scale, a glass measuring cup, a stainless steel bowl. We have 2 stainless steel utensils that I use to help just scrape the coconut oil out and to mix the lye into the goat milk. So the goat milk. That's goat milk and not goat milk. So.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Speaking of soapification process, which you haven't yet,
Yep.
a lot of people have an issue. They want to, I want something that doesn't have lye and stuff like that. But let's explain lye for a minute.
So lye is not just some random man-made chemical. Lye is made from wood ash. It's wood ash and water, and you let the water seep through the wood ash and it makes lye. And all it does is it cures the fats and the oils to create soap. And without lye, you cannot have soapification. The only way you have soap without lye is to have glycerin-based soap, which is not soap, it's a detergent.
So there you go.
Yep. You're going to want a stainless steel immersion blender. We have just the Amazon Basics brand. Comes apart, so you can easily wash your end. And then tap it back together. I keep it set on low, so it sounds like this, and it doesn't splash everything. It does have a turbo mode, and it will throw that soap mixture all over the place. So we're going to start measuring everything up, and we'll explain a little bit further as we go.
I'm eating a popsicle.
I should have ran up and finished it.
He literally ate half of it in one bite.
She was being ugly to me.
No, I'm never ugly to you.
You're not ugly. She was being ugly.
Okay, so
I've been making this soap for 2 years,
sure.
and I still get out the recipe every time.
Except a minute ago when we couldn't find it.
Somebody's using the notebook. Alright, so we have a simple recipe. I did tweak ours a little bit to make it work a little bit better for us and to get the product the way we want it. And everyone that currently buys it really seems to love it. So, alright. So you want to zero out your kitchen scale, of course, so that it registers the weight of this as 0. So as you add your oil to it, it measures the oil and not the container. To the pot.
And what did you need it at?
So you want to heat this up to about 130 degrees. And then that makes sure all your oils are nice and blended together as they heat up. And you can let it cool a little bit. It can be between 90 to 130 degrees.
How many ounces of coconut oil was that?
That was 12 ounces of coconut oil.
And a little more
A
is
little
fine.
more or a little less is fine. And then I just bring my stainless steel spoon over here because that's the only one I need the spoon for. And I just set it on the stove to mix it in. And then we need 15 ounces of olive oil. You don't have to buy the extra virgin. It doesn't have to be organic or anything like that. Of course, if you prefer it, definitely get it. Same thing. And then you got 13 ounces of canola oil. There are other oils that you can replace this with. You don't have to use this one.
Sometimes we do add shea butter. We do like the shea butter, but we kind of want to do a little more research on how we want to add that. We made it with a last batch, and it did do very well.
Yes. And it was light very well. Alright, so for a single batch of soap, you need 13 ounces of frozen goat milk.
And there's a reason why we are putting double. Because in this batch, we did let the oil sit a little too long, so we decided to go ahead and say, hey, it's 11 o'clock at night. Let's make 2 batches. And Ben has his trusty sidekick, who we call Rooster the Terrorist. Rooster. Always into something. But he's cute.
I gotta take this off so I don't get powdered lye stuck between it.
Okay, so disclaimer. You can and maybe should use gloves.
Gloves,
Ben does not.
possibly a mask. Possibly.
This getting on you
And getting wet.
when activated with water. How much lye do we need?
6 ounces for a single batch. 12 for this batch. Which honestly, as much as we sell it now, I should probably be doing 2 batches every single time we make soap now. Alright, so what do you want to do? Keep this in your hand. Keep a utensil for stirring in your hand. Usually we would have added ounce to 2 ounces of essential oils to whatever scent and strength of scent we want. But we are going to make this double batch unscented for some of our customers with even a little more sensitive skin.
Yeah.
So you take your lye and just a little bit at a time. You want to add it in here. You set this down. And you just want to start moving it around. Because as the lye heats up what's already wet, it will melt the rest of this a little at a time.
And this is why I was saying earlier that Ben likes to use frozen milk.
Yep.
Because since he's been using frozen milk, he's not had any issues with scorching or anything like that.
Yeah, I scorched the milk one time. I added my lye way too fast. It's probably like the second to third batch we were making, and the milk turned
Brown?
the color of that stool,
Yeah.
and I dumped it. You could have used it, but the problem isn't that it's bad, but it wouldn't have smelled great. So you don't want it, you wouldn't want it.
So do not get impatient and dump the whole thing of lye in.
Yeah.
Patiently.
If you have frozen like this, you can be more generous with your lye. But if it's not frozen and you're doing straight from liquid, you want to be extra slow. And you want your bowl submerged in the ice bath the whole time. If you're doing it frozen like this, you just get to go. You can keep a steady, small pour and just keep mixing. And if you have a thin-walled stainless steel bowl, you can feel that heat with your hand.
Looks like you've done this a few times.
Just a few. A little bit here and there. So what we're waiting for, you can see the difference in it now. What we're waiting for is for it to actually trace. So when you move it back and forth, you should see a little bit of a hesitation for it to come back together. But right now, you'll see it. It just flows a little thicker than water. So I like mine to be a little thinner than some people do when they pour it. Because I like to be able to pour it into our molds like this and get a good impression. So what we'll do here first, we'll come to our big molds. And a nice easy pour.
Perfect.
Yep. There you go. And then all of this will get washed.
And this sits for at least 24 hours before you take it out of the molds.
Yep. And then we'll cut it and try to let it sit another 24. Alright, so here we have is already cured block that we did a couple weeks ago. So I just have one of these jigs that you can buy from Home Depot at this time. It comes with a little bitty saw, and this is for cutting your angles in 2x4s for building frames and stuff. And then just a thin fillet knife, 6-inch fillet knife. It's thin enough to fit through these grooves here. And I measure out 1 inch, and I just come in, try to make sure it's lined up pretty straight. Come across to the other side, into the following slot, and just work it down, nice and easy. And there you have a bar.
There you go. And you would want this to sit, you can tell that even though it's been sitting, the inside sits a little glossy. So you would want this to sit for at least another 24 hours probably before using. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing that would happen. It's just,
wrong with it. It just hardens up more.
Yeah, it makes it last longer when it's harder.
The harder it is, the longer it lasts. You can also use one of these cheaper knives that you get for just a couple of dollars. This is an 8-inch. It's a little tighter fit through here, but it's a little more sturdy, so it cuts a little straighter through it when you come in to line it up. We are going to get an actual soap cutter made to do this with.
We have so many projects right now.
Always got to prioritize.
God and family come first, always.
Yep. And the farm, and then all the projects.
And we have found in our lives that when you put God first and you seek Him, everything else just seems to work out.
Yep.
Even if it doesn't seem like it at first. His ways are higher than ours. And we trust in Him, and that's what gets us through.
That doesn't mean it works out in the way that you want it to either, but it gives you a different mindset sometimes about how it worked out also.
All right, Ben is gonna finish cutting this block up, but that is how we make soap.
Yep.
We want to thank everyone for watching our video on how to make goat milk soap. We also want to give a special thank you to the hosts of this collaboration, Mennonite Farmhouse and the Inquisitive Farmwife. Be sure to go ahead and check out their channels. And if you haven't already, make sure that you like and subscribe to At Fuller Faith Farm. The hosts of this collaboration are actually going to be doing a live stream where they are going to be giving away prizes. So make sure you check them out on July 5th at 5 p.m. Central Time. It will be on the Inquisitive Farmwife's channel, so check that out. Also, another way to be entered into the big prizes that are going to be given away is to comment on the videos. Comment on the ones that are in this collaboration. You can comment on ours or other ones. There's going to be a link to all of the collaborators in the description below, so make sure you check it out, and we hope y'all have a great day.